Hello, it has been a minute since we've uploaded on this channel. But here we are again. Welcome. My name is Blitz. I'm one of the leading members of the staff team and admin of the Scholarcraft server. If you've paid attention to Scholarcraft at all recently, you'll know there's a lot of change happening, and some of that change I'll get into later, along with a list I've compiled of some frequently asked questions. So if you're new to Scholarcraft, or if you're wanting to join Scholarcraft, this is a very good place to start. This will give you some important information for you to begin. First off, though, I want to begin with explaining what Scholarcraft is. For those who don't know, Scholarcraft is the unofficial Veritas Scholars Academy Minecraft server. In the school year of 2020 to 2021, a few people, including myself, put together the idea and made it happen. We received a lot of growth, and Scholarcraft has in general flourished. And what type of Minecraft server, you might want to know? Well, as of now, Scholarcraft is a survival multiplayer server. It's a place where you can get together with fellow VSA students, past or current, and play survival Minecraft together. This allows for a lot more fun projects within the community, and overall people help each other out, and it's a lot of fun. But do note, Scholarcraft is for VSA students only. The exception to this is if there are family members or friends that you know personally, and if you think they'd be interested, then feel free to tell them about it, just as long as you know them. And a little bit of information on how to get started now. In order to play, you have to get whitelisted. A whitelist is simply a tool inside the server console that tells the server who to allow to connect onto the server. So there are a few ways you can you can contact us via email at scholarcraftmc@gmail.com, or using Discord or Google Hangouts. You can either contact our owner, Caffeine Overload, or myself. I'll put our tags up on the screen as well. For any form of contact, please be patient with us. Our time of response can vary from instant replies to a couple days. Also note that in general, Discord is a more convenient way as opposed to Hangouts. So if you do have Discord, please use that before you use Hangouts. Another thing, we have our own website, but this website is very outdated. So if you or someone you know wants to help us as a web designer, contact us. We are looking for people with experience, not just people up for the job as a fun thing. We don't expect you to know everything, but we would prefer someone with some sort of experience. Also, we have a Patreon which we depend upon entirely for the survival of this server. Get it? Survival. Okay, I'll stop. Right now we are receiving a somewhat sufficient amount from it, but we would greatly appreciate further support. The link is down in the description. So, without further ado, we will get into some questions, and the first one is, what is all the change about? And the answer to that is, when Scholarcraft first started, we were pretty small. We only had about 2 or 3 players online at a time, and that was on a good day. But out of nowhere, we got a ginormous wave of new players. We could barely even keep up with the amount of interest we were receiving, and it kind of caused us to cut a few corners and not really be able to process any changes or adjustments we may needed. So when our creator Alex announced he was quitting from his role, our current owner, Caffeine Overload, stepped up and took over. A lot of these changes have been coming for a long time, but just never got done. The rule changes are something that was a bit more of our current staff's decision as opposed to our old staff's intentions. VSA is a Christian organization, and even if we are unofficially representing them, we are still representing them somewhat nevertheless, and because of that, we want to reflect those values that they hold. Anarchy. We had an anarchy world, if you didn't know, and a lot of people want to know what happened to it. So anarchy was somewhat an example of intentions causing unexpected consequences. We created an anarchy to satisfy a large amount of our players. There was a lot of demand, people were asking constantly, so we finally did it. But instead, this caused massive disruption in the community as people would get upset and toxicity skyrocketed. In more recent times leading up to the extermination of Anarchy, the player base consisted of just 1 or 2 players who consistently played, and this world was almost becoming a single player world for them due to their unmatched power. Overall, anarchy was yielding results that we did not want this server to be a part of, so we decided to take it down as we try to put this server back together. Plugins, we have a lot of plugins, but we have trimmed them down. I'm going to go over a bit of the technical and how it affects the players a bit. So we had a lot of plugins, like I said, until the server revamp. There has been a lot of change with the plugins recently. Some may notice we used to have a sleeping plugin where only a small percentage of online players had to be in bed to skip the night. But we don't have that anymore, and the reason we have gotten rid of it is because of the changes in the Minecraft update 1.17, where a default feature for multiplayer worlds allows the percentage of players in bed for the night to skip to be adjusted. We're currently keeping it at 50%. And we have two plugins called Geyser and Floodgate, which basically, I won't hurt your head on how they work. Basically, this is what allows Bedrock players to join this Java server. We have a plugin called Core Protect, which allows the admins to basically scan areas for data and show them all the activity from any players and what those players interacted with. We have a plugin called Disable AI, which allows us to turn off the AI for certain mobs in order to decrease some lag. So if you see a school of fish, salmon, cod, whatever in the ocean, just sitting still, not moving a muscle forward or getting anywhere at all, it's because of that. Multiverse is what allows us to create multiple worlds on the same server. And lastly, we have Dead Chest, which spawns a chest when a player dies with their inventory inside, instead of their items splatting everywhere. Only the player whose inventory is in it can access and reclaim the loot from the chest. There have been talks amongst the staff on whether or not to keep this, but for the time being, we are keeping it. So if you die, don't panic too much because for now, your stuff is safe and sound inside a chest. Another question, do we have any events planned? We have a couple of events in the making, and I cannot reveal them just yet, but stay tuned because one is absolutely massive. It might blow your mind just a bit. I know the staff who have been working on it have been working very, very hard. And when we launch this, it'll be something else. Next, we have a question. What is the future of Scholarcraft? And the future of Scholarcraft is looking bright, and we hope to only improve the experience and community. Right now, we have potential plans to switch server providers. Currently, we have a 2 GB server using Apex hosting, but we are considering the possibility of switching to Shockbyte. And the reason is Shockbyte provides a lot more power for cheaper than Apex does. This means that the render distance of the server could be increased, less lag, and more contraptions could be created without harm. Also, we have been in discussion of creating a modded server. So this means as opposed to the plugins we have installed that just change some mechanics, this would be a server with completely new items and a completely new experience that don't exist in default Minecraft. Whether or not this will be created is still in question, but as always, stay tuned. Is Kit PvP still open? For those who don't know, Kit PvP was a place where you could battle other players in a PvP battle with specific weapon kits to choose from. The arenas in which you would fight in were full of traps and overall was really fun. And yes, it's still open. You can play it right now. Just type the command on screen and you will be sent there. The one thing people may notice that we did get rid of was the scoreboard, and the reason for that was because it was unnecessary, took up a lot of space, and wasn't very helpful due to mass farming. Do we have a Discord server or a Google Hangout? We do currently have a Discord server, so if you are in Scholarcraft or are interested, we encourage you to join. We are approaching 40 members and we have lots of activity. We have lots of fun stuff going on such as giveaways and raffles. As for a Google Hangout, we had a group hangout for Scholarcraft for a long time until someone whom I will keep anonymous removed every single person out of it. But if you have been in Scholarcraft for a long time, you can probably give a good guess who it was. If you need to contact us via Google Hangouts, do so using the same official email. Our last question is, are we going public? And right now, Scholarcraft is a private server, so in order to get in, you have to get our verification and whatnot. If we went public, this would mean that literally anybody could join the server, not just VSA students. The answer is no. We are not going public, and we currently have no intentions to do so. This server was created as a server for VSA students and will continue to stay that way. Remember, friends and family are allowed even if they have not been VSA students. And that's all we got for today. Let us know with a comment down below what you thought of the video. We are hoping to get more active here again on YouTube and continue to grow this server. As for me, Blitz, I thank you for watching. This video took a good amount of work, so if you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. And until next time, everyone, God bless. Happy playing.